What's going on, everybody? I'm joined here by new USG President and Vice President-elect Trenton Stone and Mahin Tahsin. They're joining me to talk about the exciting news they received yesterday that they are the new elects to be the President and Vice President of USG. First off, what has life been like since you guys found out? We'll start with you, Trenton.
Yeah, it's been crazy. We pretty much met with Debbie and Blake last night, and they said, you know, the job starts tomorrow. So
Wow.
already met, already have lots of plans in the works, and starting off strong. So
Awesome. Mahin?
Same here. Just started meeting each other more this morning, setting up the plans for hiring, and then moving forward, we're gonna set up the plans for next year.
All right, and break it down. This is a little personal, but who's the first person you call? Are you calling your folks, or who are you hitting up?
yeah, I called a couple of my best friends, and
There
then
we
I
go.
called my mom and my dad. Yeah,
Got
yeah.
it.
Same here. I think when I got out of the Senate room, I got roughly 200 texts, so I
Oh,
didn't
wow.
really need to call, but I called my parents first, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome, sweet. So we're gonna take a little look back at the campaign trail for you two and really what got you to that victory. First off, I'm gonna ask both of you, what's maybe one strength you feel that your campaign had that really separated you from some of the other tickets?
Yeah, I would say one strength that we had is just that Mahin and I, you know, really did this for the student body to give another choice to everyone. And so out of anything, I think a lack of maybe personal intentions or personal ideologies by any mean, that really lacked in our ticket. And I think really reflects that we just are here for the student body and to start work for them.
Awesome.
I think Trent and I especially work well together because of our work ethic, and I think that really showed within the 3 weeks that we put all of this together, especially
Wow.
during the week of voting. You could find either Trenton and I or a true sale from 8:30 to 6, like every single day, and I think that really reflect in the position.
Wait, so when you say 3 weeks, you mean like literally this whole thing, the inception to the victory was
Yep.
3 weeks?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Mahin approached me, you know, when the other tickets announced, and we went from that day working like 20-hour days, just like putting everything together in a week. We put it together, announced on Martin Luther King Day, the 21st of January, and then did
Wow.
basically 2 weeks of campaigning.
Right to work.
Dude, you're making me feel like I should have done something. We could have role reversed. But so as a write-in candidate, how much tougher was that? Did you guys maybe feel a little discouraged at times, you know, seeing other people on the ballot? How'd you all go about that?
I can start off. I think the hardest part about being a write-in candidate was putting everything together. Given the elections code, there's a lot of limitations of things you can order or like things you can put forward to people. And we had to do a lot of things very secretively, like putting in our campaign team. We couldn't really approach a lot of people and have them join our team because then people would know that we're running. So we had to very selectively think who would be willing to do the job and put them on our team based on like how we match with everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd also say a big part of running is you want to reach out to as many organizations on campus as possible. So, you know, there's close to 1,000 student orgs. There's lots of other assemblies and committees that we want to meet with, administrators, and trying to reach out to them already lacking a week of campaign time was at a disadvantage for us for sure, and it made it difficult to try to schedule. I think we ended up having like 70 meetings,
yeah.
80 meetings within
Wow.
7 days, and so it was just like, you know, we literally would run across campus from
Dude.
15 minutes to the
There's
next 15
videos.
minutes. There's videos of it.
Okay, so classes go on the back burner, I'm guessing.
Oh, yeah.
No matter
Grades
what.
are not a thing.
The terms, you know, we
Yeah.
don't know them.
There we go. You know, some of the challenges you all mentioned, was there maybe one specific incident or event that you would say you had to overcome specifically to get here today?
That's a good question.
Good question. I think for me, kind of making that decision to approach Trenton was definitely very tough because I've never been interested in pursuing like a career in politics or anything. I just really do care about USG and the student body, and that's why I felt like Trenton and I were fit for the job. And given the timeline, I felt like we would be able to kind of put ourselves in a good position to run. So I think making that decision to even approach Trenton was very difficult for me.
Yeah, and going exactly off of that, you know, making that decision, Mahin gave me 24 hours to decide.
Wow, there we
after
go.
her first text to me. And so it was just a lot of decision making and not only deciding if it was right for us or for me, but you know, if we were going to be the right candidates, if we represented people. And in the end, I think we decided that we did, and we decided that the student body needed that other choice in the election, not just the one ticket. And so in the end, it was completely worth it moving forward with it.
All right, and over the course of the campaign and the election trial, there was a bit of, an infractions hearing. Do you think if that in any way kind of impacted the ways things played out?
Not really. I think it came towards the very tail end of the elections anyway, but I mean, it happens. There's misunderstandings. But hopefully it's resolved.
Yeah, every single presidential ticket had a hearing. Most of them I know, including with Senate candidates and their hearings, a lot of them were cleared, some of them weren't. Ours was cleared in the end, and the hearing happened after voting ended. So I wouldn't say it had an impact, and I think in the end we were resolved of it as well. So
Sweet. And during your tenure at the top of USG, what's maybe the vision you two have for this campus and for what you'll be able to do for students?
Yeah.
Should I start off?
Yeah.
I think the reason that Trenton and I kind of came together to run was because we know that we have a good perspective of the student voice given our positions in USG so far. And I think moving on with that, like making sure students feel that they have the resources for wellness, for health, and just to be, at the end of the day, a student. I think that's the kind of vision that we have for USG, to promote that within everyone that's in the org and then create like a wave of impact within the student body itself.
Yeah. And I completely agree. I think USC, being a big organization, including USG, it's a big organization. I just really want students at the end of the day to feel that these resources are accessible and they know what resources exist. I think USC is a great school, and I just hope that people can be able to navigate it more effectively going forward. That resources, both when it comes to decision making from administrators, but also from USG actions and the things we run, that things are transparent, accessible, and overall are positioned to empower students. So that would be my goal in the end.
Sweet. And you mentioned your relationship with Blake and Debbie, the conversations you had. Overall, what's that relationship been like, and what have you thought of maybe their tenure leading USG?
Yeah. So per the elections code and everything, they obviously can't. They have to stay neutral in the race. And so we've been very removed over the last few weeks. But afterwards, they of course came and congratulated us, have given us transition documents to move forward, a timeline that they recommend. And I think overall they really want to be there as a resource for us moving forward. I think they've done a lot of good things over their last year, and I hope that we're able to build upon a lot of the foundation they've set, but also make our own changes where we see fit.
Yeah, I think something to emphasize is that Trent and I, when we were first discussing our platform points to begin with, discussed whether we want to be a platform of change or progress. And I think we very much agreed that USG is set in a position right now to be able to work on the initiatives that it has already presented. So we do want to be empowering USG members and students to create that progress that really will satisfy the students and kind of get rid of that contention that we have right now.
Sweet. And obviously, with USC's administration at the moment, going through a big transition right now, searching for a new president, what's it like knowing you'll be a part of a very crucial switch in USC's history?
Yeah. For me, it's invaluable just because of the magnitude that our decisions and our actions today will have in the future of USC. Presidents usually serve for many, many years, and making sure that our voices are heard in that decision going forward. President still hasn't been chosen, and I still think we have a great voice, especially with the new presidency coming in with Mahin and I. I just hope that we're able to garner the respect and the relationships with administrators, and be able to just make sure that USC represents that voice going forward.
Yeah, just to echo that, staying true to our roots about representing student voices in administrative decision making. I think that's something we pride ourselves in, and I think that'll make a great impact going forward.
All right, sweet. So I'll wrap up a bit on a sentimental note. We'll start with you, Mahin. If I would have told you when you showed up to this campus a couple years ago, you would be vice president of USG, and we'll follow up with you with presidency, what would you think? Would you think that's pretty nuts?
Yeah, definitely. I was never in student government in middle school, high school. This isn't something, I just really wanted to try out student government in college. Didn't think I would run for vice president, but here we are.
There we go.
Yeah, I'd echo that. I remember at convocation when Austin Dunn spoke to the freshman class and everything, I was like, all I want to do is meet Austin and just talk about his experience. Not that I'd ever was thinking about going to that position, but I just remember being like, that's someone that obviously, people have liked here and respect, and I'd love to just, know his journey. And luckily we've been able to have those discussions with him and everything, and I just hope that that relationship can continue. But yeah, I would not have expected this 2 years ago. It's crazy. Yeah.
I think it was a bigger shock to my parents, honestly.
Yeah. Same.
I'd imagine that's got to be a proud moment to be able to share with them.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, I want to say certainly two things. First, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's a huge accomplishment. I mean, I know like the next couple of weeks are going to be an absolute whirlwind. So best of luck there, and we just wish you all the best during your tenure. And it's a big shoe, big seat to fill. So all the best of luck. I was joined today by USG President and Vice President-elect Trenton Stone and Mahin Tahsin. You're watching Annenberg TV News.